Alrighty, so Mari ends up dropping tomorrow. Yes, Mari, the other character, the last character of the Evangelion collab, drops tomorrow at reset. So there's 2 more resets that's going to happen. When this video goes live, there's 1 reset happening, and then the reset right after that reset, which is tomorrow at 4 p.m. EST, Mari's banner will be live. Now, obviously, this video is going to be, should you continue summoning for REI or should you stop and summon for Mari, right? Now, Mari is more of the interesting character because I would say Mari is the only, real life, full-blown support of this collab, right? Obviously, REI is more of a universal character, support and DPS. Mari is more of just a support, not even a DPS at all in reality, right? But the thing is, for a collab character, her kit is quite valuable, right? So what people are calling her is a dollar store crown, and I think it's a cool concept. The thing is, she's a burst 2 though, so it's like you're not replacing crown, you're putting this character on another team, right? So her burst skill actually does pretty good damage, right? She's a supporter though, but it's 693% of attack is final damage, right? That's pretty good. Every burst rotation, AoE, that's probably going to be very good against mobs, not to mention every burst skill, every burst rotation, all allies get an attack damage buff of 40%, right? Basically 41% for 10 seconds. That's pretty good. A 41% attack damage buff for 10 seconds is very, 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 very good. Now, this is what's kind of more interesting. For all allies, there's an attack buff of the caster's attack for 5 seconds, but that kind of goes off every other 5 seconds. So kind of what Dala, if you guys were, I don't know if you guys even remember who Dala is. Like, nobody talks about Dala, but Dala has that exact same mechanic where after the first 10 seconds of the match, then every other 5 seconds, I believe, she will proc that, right? So yeah, so first you're gonna have to wait the first 10 seconds of a match, and then after 10 seconds, every other 5 seconds, all allies will get an attack buff. Mari has the exact same effect, right? She has the exact same effect, which is very, very cool. So now you have Dala and Crown's kit kind of together with this character, right? Not to mention she gives herself the pierce effect, and then also an attack buff of 30% for 5 seconds every other 5 seconds. So that could be very helpful for her burst skill, right? And then obviously on her first skill, this is quite important as well. Damage dealt to shield increased by 100% for 3 seconds when landing a full charge attack. That goes to all allies. So when it came to Asuka, when it came to REI, they had the same effect, 600% for Asuka, 700% for REI, but the difference was this was only for them. This is 100% after every full charge for all allies on the team, which means that some of the stronger characters on your team as well are getting that. So that's very, very good. And then if she does end up hitting a target with core, all allies actually get a pierce damage buff of 41% for 10 seconds. So she's a pierce and attack buffer, right? She's a pierce damage buffer and an attack damage and just an attack buffer in general. She's only buffing, and she does have an AoE mechanic on her burst skill. Now, this character is very, 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 very good, right? Literally all pierce characters are going to benefit from this. She herself has pierce, obviously. I was about to say Akuza. Asuka, my god. Asuka gets the pierce effect for 25 seconds when you use her burst skill. Very, 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 very good. Because there's the pierce effect for Asuka. And then obviously Mari's giving the pierce effect. Pierce damage for 10 seconds when attacking target with core. That's going to be strong. So Mari is that's why I was saying, when it comes to this collab, you're kind of going to want a full Evangelion team, right? You're probably going to want, if you have REI and you have Asuka, you probably want to go for Mari. Overall, in reality, Mari is a support, so she's going to probably have the most longevity out of all 3 of these characters. If you have a DPS, though, REI is an all-around character. She's a support and DPS, so she's also going to have longevity. Asuka is just a DPS who can easily get replaced, but now elements do matter, so she's not going to get replaced for quite a long time. That's the one thing. So I would say if you have both Asuka and Rei, then yes, you probably should snag Mari, just because you might as well go ahead and get the full Evangelion team. It's going to work wonders. And obviously Mari is just a full-blown future-proof support. If you do not have Rei or Asuka, if you don't have any of them, then I just assume you're not even summoning for the collab, unless you're only summoning for Mari. But then again, you don't need me to tell you to summon for her if that was already your plan. But if you only have Rei and if you only have Asuka, like only one of the two, would I tell you to get one of the other character or Mari? So for example, if you have Rei and Rei's the only one you have and you're questioning, should you go for Mari or should you go for Asuka? I would say it's kind of, I know it's not everyone is going to be able to get all three characters. Like even me, I don't have Rei yet, right? I've been summoning on Rei's banner and I have yet to pull Rei. I have enough golden tickets to pity one of the two, so it's kind of like worrisome for me, because it's like, ooh, will I get both of them or not? Your boy might have to whip out the card if I need to. But when it comes to Mari, when it comes to Rei, these are characters that I think are going to be the longevity characters of this collab. I think Rei is going to have a lot of longevity because not only is she a DPS, she's just a fire code ally buffer. That's going to be future proof, and she does pretty good damage herself, right? When it comes to Mari, she's a pierce damage, attack damage, and attack buffer character. Not to mention she's giving damage dealt to shield, and then also has a AoE of 600% of final attack and damage every burst rotation. So these two are going to be the future proof, but probably Mari is the go-to character just because she is a support in general. She's a support. She's buffing up everybody who needs damage, everybody who has pierce, she is buffing them. And that also again includes Asuka. I don't think Rei has any pierce, but she does also buff up Rei when it comes to anything attack related with Rei, being her AoE or her first skill, because again, she does attack damage and attack buffs every other 5 seconds. So I would say out of all three of them, Mari should probably be your go-to priority, just because this is my opinion, of course, but I do believe supports have more longevity than DPSs. If they drop somebody who's better than Asuka, right? If they drop someone who's better than Asuka tomorrow and happens to be fire code, you're probably going to replace Asuka, maybe still run Rei, or you might not run Rei. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you run another fire character, if another fire DPS comes out and they're better than Asuka and you pull them, you're going to replace either Rei or you're going to replace Asuka, because that last slot is guaranteed going to Modernia if you have Modernia. If you don't, sure, run all three of them. But if you have Modernia, you're definitely going to have to replace Rei or Asuka on that fire team. So this character right here is going to have the longevity. So I would say, obviously, try your best to continue. Not like if you're going to continue summoning, go for Mari. Don't go for Rei if you already have her. Don't go for Asuka if you already have her. Don't continue. Get Mari. Then if you want to continue, that's up to you. But I would say all three of these characters are very good future-proof characters, especially when it comes to Rei and Mari with their support mechanics. So I would say, yes, go ahead and get Asuka. No, go ahead and get Mari. Go ahead and get Rei. That's what I'm telling you. But Mari is your main priority. Mari, then Rei, then Asuka. Get all three of them first, and then decide what you want to do from there. I guess let me answer that question. Okay, Zxous, I have all three now, and I want dupes. Who should I go for dupes for? Probably Rei or probably Mari. Asuka is not a character who's going to need dupes. I know, obviously, she gives an attack buff that scales based off her attack, but she's a supporter. She does not really need dupes, right? Like, she's just not going to need them. Dupes do help her. Dupes do help her kit in a way, but Rei is probably going to be better with dupes. Asuka is going to be better with dupes, especially since Asuka is actually a DPS, and then Rei is also a DPS supporter who also does skill on having actually HP and attack. So Rei probably needs the dupes the most out of all three of them. Well, yeah. In terms of who you should go for dupes for, if you have all three, Rei is the main priority. In terms of who you should have on your account out of all three of these characters, Mari should probably be your main priority, then Rei, then followed by Asuka. In terms of dupes, it should be Rei, then Asuka, then Mari, right? But you guys let me know what you think. If you agree with me, if you don't, then that's fine. This is just my opinion. I'm not God. I'm not going to tell you guys what to do. Let me know what you guys think. If you agree or not, it's your boy Zxous. Bye, 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 bye.